Alright guys, I'm back and this is my TNA Bound for Glory 2013 preview video, and going into this show, some of the matches have had some good build. I think the World Title matches had some good build. I'm glad how they've involved AJ's contract into this feud with Bully Ray, and then you got Dixie Carter out there. You know, you got Dixie Carter in this feud between Bully Ray and AJ Styles. She doesn't want AJ to sign a contract. She wants AJ out of TNA, but AJ wants to stay, stuff like that. So I'm glad how they built up this Bully Ray and AJ Styles feud really well these last couple of weeks, and they've built it up very long. We had Bully Ray last week laying it out AJ with his chain last week on Impact. Then this week on Impact we had a contrast between AJ Styles and Bully Ray, and you know, they had a bit of a face-to-face segment there. Then we saw AJ, you know, he pinned the ACH members Knox and Garrett Bischoff last week on not last week, what was it last? Yeah, last week on Impact in the 2-on handicap match. So AJ has, you know, really this feud has been real built up. Bully Ray attacked AJ one week, AJ attacked Bully the week before. So this feud has been back and forth these last couple of weeks. We've got Bully attacking AJ, AJ attacking Bully. So yeah, and I'm enjoying. I mean, they've built up the X Division title with more. They've built up the X Division, the Ultimate X match for the X Division title. They built up that these last couple of weeks. But yeah, I mean, I'm not excited for the rest of the card. I mean, they built up Madness versus Sting a bit more, but except from the rest of apart from those three matches, I don't really care about the card that much. So I'm looking at the card right now, and this card looks like a weak card. I won't pay like $30 to play this, but I'm gonna watch this pay-per-view. I'm gonna watch Bound for Glory anyway. Starting off with the pre-show though, we're starting off with the TNA pre-show, which is gonna be on, I guess, on Spec TV. It's going to be Chavo and Hernandez versus Bad Influence versus Eric Young and Joe Park versus the Bromans, which are Jesse and Robbie E. The winners will face Storm and Gunner for the tag titles later on in the night. Now, I don't think Chavo and Hernandez are going to win because basically they haven't been on television for a month. Bad Influence, I'm gonna say Bad Influence get the win. I don't think Joe Park and Eric Young are gonna. It won't make sense to have Joe Park and Eric Young as to face Storm and Gunner if Young and Joe Park, they're a face tag team. It wouldn't make any sense. So what I'm gonna say for that, I'm gonna say that Bad Influence win the pre-show match, then they win the tag titles later on in the night, and then we have a Storm and Gunner feud with Bad Influence for a couple of months. So I'm gonna say Bad Influence win the pre-show match. So the first match on the actual card I'm going to talk about is the five-way X Division title match, which is an Ultimate X match, and it's for the X Division title. It's Manik defending against Austin Aries, Chris Sabin, Jeff Hardy, and Samoa Joe. Now, I think this match has been built up. They've built it up. I mean, we've had on this last episode of the Go Home show of Impact this week. We had Sabin and Aries attack Manik and Hardy and Manik were, you know, and Joe were taking out the heels, Aries and Sabin. So this feud's been built up. We've had, I mean, they faced each other these last couple of weeks. I mean, last week we had Hardy versus Aries, and then we've had you know, I don't know where do you want to go after this Ultimate X match. Do you want to go for Jeff Hardy versus Chris Sabin feud, which will be ideal? And then we can have maybe AJ Styles versus an Austin Aries for the world title. Because I think that would be your ideal feud, to maybe Manik and Samoa Joe tag team, something like that. But it's hard to pick who do I want to win this match. I mean, you got three. I mean, they're all very talented wrestlers. I'm a fan of all these guys except for Jeff Hardy. But I think Chris Sabin needs to win, because if he gets the win, I mean, I think Jeff Hardy's going to get the win. I'm going to predict Jeff Hardy or Chris Sabin's going to get the win. I'm going to say that Jeff Hardy is climbing on the Ultimate X, like, they're probably going to do a weird finish, but Jeff Hardy's climbing on the Ultimate X stage thing. He's climbing to get the belt, then Sabin comes up, knocks Hardy off the off the stage thing, gets the belt, and probably gets the win that way, and probably Hardy saying, "Oh, well, you cost me the belt, and or you've been attacking me these a couple of weeks on Impact, or me and you are gonna in that way, saying that me and you are gonna feud, stuff like that." So I'm gonna say that Chris Sabin wins by costing Jeff Hardy the X Division title, maybe throwing him off the Ultimate X stage. That's why I see the match ending with Sabin throwing Jeff Hardy off the Ultimate X stage, getting the win, and maybe hopefully we have a Sabin versus Hardy feud, which I think will be great for Chris Sabin, because I think Chris Sabin needs that big win over a main eventer like Jeff Hardy, former WWE champion. So I'm going to say that Chris Sabin gets the win on that one. Then the third match I'm going to talk about is a triple threat match for the Knockouts titles. ODB defending against Gail Kim and Brooke Tessmacher. This match, I don't really care about this match. It's a 0 build, so I'm going to say Brooke Tessmacher gets the win, and we have a Bully Ray and Brooke Tessmacher power couple, something like that, like Edge and Lita, stuff like that, I guess. I don't care about that match too much. Then the fourth match I'm going to talk about is Kurt Angle versus Bobby Roode. This feud has had semi-build, but how can you build up a feud when you've got Kurt Angle, who only returned last week and made the match official last week, 2 weeks before Bound for Glory, TNA Creative? That was a stupid idea, wasn't it? To bring Kurt Angle back 2 weeks before Bound for Glory. Duh. But aside from that, I think this could be a good match, and I'm saying that Kurt Angle has just recently returned on Impact, so I'm going to say maybe TNA want to give this win to Kurt Angle, but I think the guy who I think really needs this win, because he's had a shit year this year, who I think really needs to win, is Bobby Roode. I think Bobby Roode really needs this win. He needs a big win over Kurt Angle because he's had such a bad year. He's not been having he hasn't done nothing this summer, to be honest. I mean, okay, he's formed Ego, which is good, but apart from that, has he done anything good? I mean, it was in the Bound for Glory series, which is good. But has he been in a big feud this year? No. Bobby Roode hasn't had hasn't had a good year this year. Neither has Kurt Angle, so I'm gonna say Bobby Roode gets the win, and we continue this feud between Angle and Roode. Before we continue this, I hope they continue this Angle and Roode feud, and hopefully at the next one night only pay-per-view, it has better build. Then the next match, the fifth match I'm going to talk about, Sting versus Magnus. This has had some build up. We've had Magnus these last couple of weeks getting frustrated that he cannot defeat Ego and he cannot defeat Bully Ray, and Magnus did request. Magnus did want. Sting said he was going to put him over. So surprised that Sting actually said that. I thought he said, "You're getting buried." No, it didn't say no. Hopefully, I think Sting doesn't need to go over. I'm glad that Sting's not in the world title scene anymore, and I'm glad that TNA Creative. I think Sting's age, and I'm glad that he's putting over mid-carders like Magnus and other guys like that. So I'm gonna say that Magnus goes over here. I think he really needs a big win over Sting at Bound for Glory. Then this will launch him up to the world title scene. And this all year, Magnus has had this big push. Just these last couple of weeks that he's lost these matches. But I think Magnus, TNA have done. TNA haven't done TNA have slowly been building up Magnus to the main event scene. He's had such a great year. They turned him face beginning of the year. In January, then after that they had a team up with Jeff Hardy at Slammiversary. Then they had him in the finals of the BFG series. Unfortunately lost to AJ Styles, but that was such a great match. But yeah, then he's teamed up. He's been in the main event Mafia. He's teamed up with Sting and Kurt Angle, and he's been in some matches with some main events. He's actually made Bobby Roode tap out twice on Impact, which is something that he's made. He's actually made a former world champion tap out, which is really good. So I'm gonna say that Magnus really needs to win, and hopefully at the end of the year we see Magnus. Well, hopefully next year we see Magnus get his first world title, and I'm gonna say that Magnus gets the win to keep his momentum going. Then the sixth match I'm gonna talk about is Storm and Gunner defending the tag titles against Bad Influence. who I said in the early in the video, I said that he was gonna win the pre-show match. So I'm gonna say that Bad Influence get the win at they win the pre-show match, then they win the tag match. Then then Storm gonna compete with Bad Influence for a few months then. And then the final match I'm going to talk about, the 7th match I'm going to talk about on this card, Bully Ray defending his world title against AJ Styles in a no disqualification match. And this date was only announced last night on Twitter by Dixie Carter, and she announced this on Twitter. So I don't know why Dixie you announced this on Twitter, but anyway, I see this feud has been built up, like I said before, and I'm gonna say I'm glad that they put AJ's contract into this storyline. So I'm gonna say they're gonna probably do something like they did with CM Punk last year, where they're gonna probably have well, not CM Punk. They're probably gonna have like CM Punk. They're probably gonna have AJ win the belt. Maybe the Ace and is probably trying to interfere. Like Knox and Garrett are probably gonna interfere. AJ's probably gonna knock him out. Probably help the probably see like Noxie is probably gonna help AJ maybe get the win here, because Bully Ray and the rest of the Ace and Ace, you know, Garrett and Noxie haven't been again on the page this last couple of weeks. So I'm going to say that maybe Noxie costs his Bully Ray the world title, and then AJ gets to win, and then maybe runs through the crowd or something like that, and they keep him off TV for a couple of weeks. Then AJ can feud with Austin Aries then for a couple of months. So yeah, so that was my predictions for that was my predictions for TNA's Bound for Glory 2013. What do you guys think about this card? Leave your thoughts on this. Leave your thoughts. What do you guys think about the build-up for this year's Bound for Glory? Was it better than last year's? Was it worse? Leave a comment on that, and leave a comment on what do you guys think about this card. Is it a good card? Is it a bad card? Or do you not care? Are you not going to watch this pay-per-view? Leave a comment in the comment section below, guys. And thanks for watching, guys. Brag.